Thank you for coming today. My name is Suvendrini Kakuchi. I will be your moderator. We have here a press conference with Miss Kim, Boon Dong Kim. She's a survivor of Japan's military sexual slavery system, the so-called comfort woman. She was taken to comfort stations in Guangdong, China at the age of 14, and she was transferred to many parts of East Asia, which was under Japanese military control at that time. So we have here today her testimony and her wish for an apology before she passes away. She is 88 years old. And with her, we have her supporters. We have Miss Mi Yang Yoon. She's a representative of the Korean Council for the women drafted for military sexual slavery by Japan. And we have, of course, our famous Professor Haruki Wada, who is the Senior Director of Asian Women's Fund. We have Miss Yang Chin-ja. She's a co-representative of the National Action 2010 for resolution of the former comfort women issue. And we have our interpreters with us today. The press conference, of course, is very timely given the upcoming 70th anniversary surrender in August. And we have international pressure on Prime Minister Abe to come up with a meaningful statement that includes an apology to the former comfort women. And anyway, I'll give the floor to our speakers. And there are also a lot of documents that support what they say. So please feel free to ask questions after we hear their statements. Thank you. So we have Miss Yang who will speak with us.
こんにちは。日本軍慰安婦問題解決全国行動共同代表のヤン・チンジャと申します。
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Yang Chin-ja, and I am co-representative of the Japan Action for Resolution of the Comfort Women issue.
昨年6月に私たち日本軍慰安婦問題アジア連帯会議というものを東京で開きました。
In June of last year, 2014, we held the Asia Solidarity Conference for the issue of military sexual slavery by Japan here in Tokyo.
この会議には8カ国から被害者と支援者が集まって、被害者が受け入れられる解決案というのはどういうものなのかというのを具体的に討論をして、その内容をまとめた提言というのを日本政府に提出しました。
At this conference, we had survivors and their supporters from 8 different countries. And at this conference, we held very deep debate, concrete debate about what kind of a resolution would be acceptable to the survivors themselves. We gathered this information in a set of recommendations which were submitted to the government of Japan at that time.
その後、日本政府からはこれに対する具体的な応答が何もないまま1年が経過しようとしています。
And we are now approaching almost 1 year since this conference was held, and yet we have still not received any kind of concrete response from the Japanese government in regards to our recommendations.
今回は今一度この提言を踏まえた解決策を打ち出すように日本政府にも促すため、韓国からキンボクトンハルモニー、キンボクトンさん、そして帝大教のユン・ミハン代表が来日して、アジア女性基金の専務理事を務められた和田春樹先生も同席していただいた上で、昨日参議院議員会館で緊急シンポジウムを開きました。
And so as we are approaching such a time, hoping to be able to encourage appealed to the Japanese government to take concrete steps in regards to our recommendations and seeking resolution of this issue. We have held some emergency actions this week. We have together here with us from Korea Ms. Kim Bok-dong, herself a survivor, and also Ms. Yoon Mi-hyang, who is representative of the Korean Council for the Women Drafted for Military Sexual Slavery by Japan, and also Mr. Wada Haruki, who was the Senior Director of the Asian Women's Fund. And with these members, these representatives, we yesterday held an emergency hearing at the Diet Members Building here in Tokyo.
私たちが提出した提言の最も重要なポイントは、慰安婦問題を解決するためには事実認定が一番大事で、それが真っ先にあらねばならないということです。
And the contents of our recommendations, which were submitted last year, the most important point in able to have an acceptable form of resolution is for the Japanese government to recognize the facts of what actually happened.
加害国が事実をどのように認識していて、どう語るかということが被害者の遺者につながる非常に大事な問題だということです。
How the perpetrating country looks upon these facts, recognizes these facts, and speaks about these facts has a huge impact on the survivors and their being able to heal.
加害国である日本政府が、かつて日本軍はこういうことをしました。だからお詫びしますという、そのだからということの前提が大事で、その事実認識も謝罪の一部になるというふうに私たちは考えています。
And so for the government of Japan, the military of Japan, as the perpetrator at that time, to acknowledge the Japanese military at that time did this and to concretely look at what the facts involved were, therefore an apology is needed. It is this therefore which is the key part of this. As part of the apology itself, it's necessary for the facts to be acknowledged, and this forms a very significant key.
そのような事実認定に基づく謝罪をした上で、被害者たちがその謝罪は本当のものだ、真実の心からの謝罪だというふうに信じられるようにするためには、賠償などの後続措置が必ず伴わなければなりません。
And in order for this to be recognized by the survivors themselves on the basis of recognition of the facts, to be sincere apology and coming from a sincere place from the heart as well, compensation is required as part of this and concrete measures which can be put in place.
今申し上げましたように、事実をどう認めるかというのが最も大切な前提であるにもかかわらず、戦後70年談話等に関する安倍首相の発言を聞いていますと、かつての戦争で日本が犯した犯罪について認めない方向に行こうとしているように見えます。
However, if we consider these points, but we look at the fact that acknowledging what happened is the most important, but we look at the statements which are coming from Prime Minister Abe at the moment as we are approaching the 70th anniversary, and in relation to this, it seems that he is moving in a direction of not directly acknowledging what Japan perpetrated during the war, Japan's past crimes, or apologizing for this.
日本の首相として戦後70年というこの大切な年に日本軍慰安婦問題を解決し、アジア諸国との真の和解を実現するためには、歴史の事実を率直に認めなければならないということを改めて訴えるために、本日この場で会見を持たせていただきました。
And at this very important time, 70 years since the end of World War II, for the Prime Minister of Japan not to be looking to resolve this issue, but so we are really calling for this to be resolved and for a real reconciliation to be able to take place at this time as we are approaching the 70-year anniversary. And for this to happen, we need a frank acknowledgement of what happened, and this is the purpose for holding these events this week, including this press conference now.
これから被害当事者であるキム・ボクトンさんにお話をしていただきますが、その前に皆さんにお配りしたこの資料と関連して一つだけご説明をしておこうと思います。
So next we will be hearing words from Kim Bok-dong, the survivor herself. But prior to this, I want to make just a brief comment about the materials distributed today.
この経歴の次のページに日本軍の公文書が載っています。
On the page following Ms. Kim's profile, there is a copy of some official documents from the Japanese military.
これは朝鮮人第16軍司令部同直轄部隊留守名簿というタイトルのものです。
And this is titled as the list of dispatched Korean personnel and their home situations of 16th Army Headquarters.
これは1947年9月に作成された名簿です。
This was a list which was created in September of 1947.
でこの47年9月の時点で作成されているんですが、ここにキム・ボクトンさんの名前が出ています。
And so we can see in this 1947 official document, the name of Ms. Kim Bok-dong is highlighted in the English also.
ここには、キム・ボクトンさん、キョンサン南道のヤンサンというところが故郷なんですが、故郷の名前も正確に出ていて、そしてキム・ボクトンという名前と1947年当時21歳、1926年生まれのキム・ボクトンさんが21歳ということで、年齢もきちんと合っています。
And we can see here in this document, it also lists her hometown, which is in Gyeongsangnam-do in Korea, and it also lists her age at the time as 21. So considering that she was born in 1926, both of these facts, her date of or her age listed here and also her hometown are accurate in this document.
この後キム・ボットンさんご自身お話してくださると思うんですが、ボットンさんは戦争が終わった後、日本軍の看護婦として看護婦にさせられた後、米軍に収容されているその米軍の収容所で作られたリストです。
And so Ms. Kim Bok-dong will speak about this herself, I believe. However, we will hear in her testimony that after the war, she actually became a nurse for the Japanese military. And after this, she was detained by the United States. And this document was made actually during this time when she was being held in a U.S. Prisoner of war camp.
ここには看護婦というふうになっているんですが、45年の敗戦前後に日本人女性、また朝鮮人を含む日本人と朝鮮人の慰安婦女性たちは看護師にするようにという軍の命令が出されていますので、それに従ってキム・ボクトンさんが陸軍病院の雇い人になったということが分かる資料となっています。
And it has become clear through other information also that at the time of the end of World War II in 1945, there were instructions from the Central Japanese government or military to make the women who had been held as so-called comfort women as nurses for the Japanese army. This was Japanese women who had been held and also Korean or colonized women at the time as well. And so we can see from these documents that Ms. Kim Bok-dong was made into a nurse and was working at the time of this document listed as with the Japanese Army Hospital at the time. So this is what this document is explaining.
ではキム・ボクトンさんの方にマイクを回したいと思います。
Thank you very much, and I will pass over now to Ms. Kim Bok-dong.
이제 할머니 순서 말씀하시면 순서.
누가 통역?
예, 통역 옆에 있어요. 할머니 통역 옆에 있어요.
뭐라 할까?
이제 아까 여기 하셨던 말씀 중에 하신 말씀 다 하시면 돼.
아 말하면 돼.
네.
그냥 줄줄줄 하고.
네, 아니요 통역이 여기 있어요.
통역이지.
할머니 여기 제가
아 여러분 반갑습니다.
Hello, nice to meet you. 계속해 주세요, 할머니.
어?
할머니 계속해 주세요.
계속 할까?
네, 제가 할게요.
우리나라가 힘이 없어 애군들에게 나라를 빼앗기고 나라 없는 노예 생활로 100년 동안이나 해 나오다가 2차 대전이 생기자 한국인을 이름까지도 일본 이름을 다 바꿔가지고 남자는 남자들대로 진용, 징병, 심지어 공부하는 학생들까지도 총도 한번 들어보지도 못한 애들로 일선직으로 끌고 가서 희생을 시키더니 그것도 부족해서 전혀 강제 모집이라.
네. Well, I was born. I lived in a country where when our country was too weak, and therefore it was occupied by another country. And my country was under occupation for a very long time. Then, eventually, when the World War II broke out, men were drafted, and even students were drafted as well. And they were the people who never really held gun ever in their life before. And soon, women too were drafted in the military.
각 군 면마다 몇십 명씩 모집을 하라. 지금 일본이 전쟁을 치고 있으니까 군인들 군복을 맹글에 하니 여성들로 모집을 한다. 속이고는 결국 끌려갔습니다.
So, what I was told was that Japan is going through war right now. Therefore, we need people to make clothes for the soldiers. And we were told that we were going to make the clothes, but then that was the way how we were dragged.
그 당시는 안 갈래야 안 갈 수가 없었어요. 안 가면 결국 고향에서 못 살고 재물 전부 압수하고는 다른 나라로 추방시킨다. 공갈 흑박에 공장이라 해서 설마더라 공장에 가면 뭐 죽게 하겠나 하고 간 것이 공장이 아니고 남자들 상대하는 데로 끌려갔댔습니다.
At that time, not going was not one of the options I had. I had to go. If I didn't go, all the money would be taken away. We would be considered traitors. And I thought that if I go to work at a factory, at least we wouldn't die, would be. That's what she was thinking. And then when she actually reached there, she realized that it wasn't a factory, but actually a place which was dealing with men.
일본도 아니요 전장터로 대만서부터 시작해서 강동을 가니까 사령부에서 나와가지고 몸 조사로 해서 몇 명이 온다는 것을 어떻게 알았는지 보시러 그것은 준비로 다 해놓고 있더라고요.
I went to Guangdong via Taiwan, and when we reached there, everything was prepared. All the numbers were ready. They knew what was going on.
그런데 어떻게 민간인이 일선직으로 그 나이 어린 소년들을 끌고 들어가겠습니까? 일본국은 절대적 군인들이 일본은 자기네들이 한 짓이 아니다고 말하지만은 아무리 돈이 좋지만도 일선지구에 어떻게 젊은 그 나이 어린 애들 들고 그리 가겠습니까?
How could the civilians have managed all the things that was done there? Probably it was some sort of a government or authority figure. And then how could they take innocent people there?
그 길로 조사를 받고 가기 시작하는데 아직까지 이 세상에 태어나서 활짝 피어보지도 못한 나이 어린 소녀가 군인들한테 당할 때는 어떻게 됐을까? 여러분 상상을 한번 해보세요.
And there we had to go through checks, health checks, and we were like the flowers that couldn't bloom. Imagine if a young girl went there and had to go through all that.
처음에는 죽으려고 마음도 먹었으나 죽지도 못하고 몸만 상하고 말을 안 들으면 매로가지고 다스리니까 안 맞기 위해서는 할 수 없이 당하고만 있었죠.
At first, I wanted to die. I thought of dying, but it somehow didn't work. I just ended up hurting myself. And if I don't obey to them, I was beaten. So in order to not be beaten, I had to do what I was told.
그 길로 광동에서 부대가 옮길 때마저 홍콩, 말레이시아, 수마토라 말레이시아로 뭐이 갔는지 수마트라로 뭐이 갔는지 모르겠는데 이름만은 잊히지 않고 있습니다.
Well, from there, everywhere the troops went, we went as well. First, it was Hong Kong, Malaysia, Sumatra. I do not remember how I went there, but I just know hearing the names of the places.
그 길로 인도, 자바, 싱가포르 수년 동안을 짐짝처럼 부대가 이동할 때마저 추룩에다가 짐을 싣고 그 위에다가 우리들로 싣고 자기네들 이동하는 데마저 끌려가서 수년이 지나자 싱가포르에서 일본이 패망하자 결국 위안부로 끝인 셈이죠.
We went to Indonesia, Java, Singapore, and we were treated like luggage, like the luggage that is in the truck. So on top of in the truck we had luggages, and then we were also there. Years passed, and it was only when we reached Singapore when Japan lost the war.
부대 끌고 다니면서 보통 날은 그렇게 많지는 않지만은 토요일 날은 난 12시부터 시작해서 저녁 5시까지 일요일 날은 아침 8시부터 저녁 5시까지 줄로 서가지고 상대로 하는데 그 인간이라고 할 수 있었겠습니까?
Ordinary days, there weren't that many soldiers, but on Saturdays from 12 o'clock to 5 p.m., on Sunday from 8 in the morning to 5 p.m., there were lines of men, long lines of men, and how could I say that the life that I led there was a life of a person?
그러게 끌려다니는 게 수년 동안 끌려다니다가 싱가포르에서 일본이 패망하자 위안부로 끌고 다녔다는 그 표시를 안 내기 위해서 가장으로 간호원으로 변신시켜서 일본 육군 병원에다가 우리들이 끌려갔댔습니다.
So when Japan lost the war, when I was in Singapore, to hide the fact that we were comfort women, what Japanese government did was to send us to army hospital so that they could hide the fact that I worked as a comfort woman, and so that they could give us training in nursing, so that we could become nurses.
끌려가 보니까 군인들은 벌써 다 갚이고 환자들하고 그 환자들 보는 군인들하고 막사가 전부 비가 있는 그 막사에다 우리들로 들어가라고 해서 이제 병동마중 나이 어린 우리들은 병동을 보내고 나이 많은 언니들은 주방으로 보내가 거기서 환자가 치료를 하게 돼서 수술을 하게 되면 그 피를 검사를 해놨다가 피가 맞으면은 피를 빼가지고 그 사람들 치료를 하게 되는데 내가 재수가 없으려니까 걸려서 피를 뽑아내는데 눈에 불이 바짝바짝 하더만은 기가 왱하면서 거리 아프고 내 아프다고 하니까 그 바늘로 빼고 20cc짜리 포도당 한 대를 놔주고 한 30분 누워 있으라고 하더라고요.
When we went there, the soldiers were gone. There were only patients in the hospital wing, because there were some sort of divided rooms there. And then the younger girls worked in the hospital wing, while the elderly women, they went to the kitchen. And when there was a surgery, before the surgery, there was a blood type checked on. So we too had to give out blood in case when there was a surgery, when they needed more blood. And I was the unlucky one where I was chosen, and I too had to donate my blood then. And when I did that, suddenly I remember my sight being everything feeling dark and looking dark, and also even my ears, they were feeling a bit strange. And then at that time they gave me something, but then that was my experience.
그러고로 하다가 미군이 상륙하게 되자 우리들은 우리들대로 가라 하지만 어디로 가겠습니까? 순전하게 군인들만 상대하다가 말도 못하는 애국 땅에서 어떻게 할 줄로 모르겠더라고요. 그런데 미군이 상륙하자 우리들을 일본 간호원인 줄 알고 수용소로 끌려가서 조사를 해보니까 조선 여자들이라고 알아서 그 수용소에서 배가 오도록 기다리면은 고향을 보내주겠다 해서 거기에서 배가 오도록 수개월 동안 기다리다가 배가 와서 고국으로 돌아왔습니다.
So at that time, soldiers obviously weren't there anymore, and they told us, you guys can go wherever you want. But how could we go wherever we wanted to go? We did not speak the language. We just came here went there with the people around us, and then when the American army came, they initially thought that we were nurses, Japanese nurses. So we were sent to the camps. But after some researches, they realized that we were actually Korean women. Then, in the camp, we waited until the ship came, and then after months and months of time, we were able to go back to Korea.
고국으로 돌아왔으나 우리나라가 해방이 됐다 해도 우리는 아직 해방이 안 됐습니다.
We went back to Korea, that country now that was liberated, but we weren't liberated.
20년이 넘도록 아직까지 일본 정부는 자기네들이 한 짓이 아니다. 민간인이 했다. 돈벌이를 갔다. 이 말이 되도 안 하는 소리를 갖다 지금 아직까지 하고 있었기에 이거 어떻게 처분해야 되겠습니까?
Even after 20 years of all this, government denies that this happened, often saying that we went there to earn money. Whatever done was done by the civilians. But how should we react to this absurd remarks?
허다하이 2차 대전 때 우리들만 당한 게 아니고 전 세계가 당했는데 일본이 말하자면 전쟁 범죄 국가로서 지금 자기네들이 전쟁 칠 수 있습니까? 그런데도 불구하고 전쟁 준비를 한다니까 너무나도 답답하고 말할 수가 없네요.
It wasn't just us. It was all of us who had to go through suffering. Japan was a country that committed crime during the war, and now they cannot really do anything about it.
전 세계에서 어떻게 아베를 두둔합니까? 과거의 잘못을, 과거의 역사를 잘못한 것은 잘못했다. 자기네들이 할 짓을 다 해놓고 뭐 전장을 치든지 무엇을 하든지 하겠지만 아직까지 과거사를 갖다 하나도 지금 바로 잡지도 않고 망념만 잡고 자기네들이 한 짓이 아니다고 하고 있으니 너무나 가슴이 아픕니다.
How could we protect what Prime Minister Abe is saying? Now is the time when you should recognize the mistakes that were committed, mistakes that were done in the past. But to deny is just such an absurd thing.
우리들은 크게 요구하는 게 없어요. 이양 당한 것. 지금 아베가 한 게 아니고 천황이 한 짓을 아베가 지금 정권을 잡고 있으니까 과거에 조상들 잘못한 것을 갖다가 바로 잡아서 옳은 길로 가야 안 되겠습니까?
We do know that it wasn't something that Prime Minister Abe did, but then it was something that was done during the time of the emperor. But now the administration is under Prime Minister Abe, so he holds a responsibility to fix whatever was done in the past.
우리는 민간인이 가고 싶어서 갔다. 자기네들이 자유로 갔다. 너무나 억울합니다. 이것을 아베가 법적으로 나서서 과거사 잘못을 지금 뭐 학생들 가르치는 교과서도 엉터리로 맹글어 가지고 과거에는 아무것도 잘못한 거 없이 지금 그놈을 숨기나 놓고는 자기네들 하고 집을 대로 하는 것을 갖다가 어떻게 전 세계에서 그냥 보고 있습니까?
It was not something that civilians did for fun. They didn't go there for fun. It wasn't some ordinary thing. It was such an unfair thing to say that it was not it was something that she wanted to do. And even the textbook issues, it needs to be better dealt with. As in, you cannot hide the historical facts when you're educating children.
지발 각국에서 나서서 아베를 두둔하는 것은 좋겠지만은 서로가 친하다 하면은 친구가 나쁜 짓을 하면 그걸 바로 잡아야죠. 바로 잡아서 옳은 길로 보내야만이 당당한 친구라고 생각하는데 여러분들은 어떻게 생각하십니까?
You can take Japan's side, Prime Minister Abe's side, but if your friend does something wrong, isn't it your responsibility to tell them what wrong they've done? What do you think about this?
우리가 사죄와 배상하라 하는 것은 돈이 탐이 나서 하는 건 아니에요. 젊은 나이 어린 소시지할 때 가가지고 피가 맺히도록 몸 전체를 지금 희생을 시켜놓고 나이 죽을 때가 다 돼가도 아직까지 몸을 지대로 모시고 약 힘으로 살아나가는 우리들이 법적으로 자기네들이 잘못한 것은 우리들이 했다. 잘못했다. 그리고 기자들 앞에서도 진실을 밝혀서 잘못을 뉘우쳐 주면 좋겠습니다. 말이 자꾸 맥힌다.
What we want is something very simple. It's not something big. We want an official apology, reparation, and surely when we say reparation, it's not for the greed of the money. I sacrificed my entire body. There isn't anywhere in my body without a wound. But what we want is legal responsibility, and also for them to speak truth in front of the media. That's what we want.
지발 여러분들께서 힘을 모아 하루빨리 우리들의 한을 좀 풀어주면 좋겠고요. 정부와 정부끼리 서로가 답해서 잘못한 거는 잘못한 것대로 청산하고 서로가 화합하게 해주면은 죄는 미워도 사람은 미워하지 말라고 어떻게 하겠습니까? 이러는데 지발 여러분들께서 이래 취재만 하고 가시지 마시고 잘못하는 일본 국가를 바로 잡기 싫어. 과거의 잘못을 갖다 너희들이 바로 잡으라고 해서 하루빨리 우리들 죽기 전에 바로 잡아서 법적으로 우리들 매일을 회복시켜주면 우리들이 잘못했다, 듣고 갔다 이렇게 회복시켜주면은 어떻게 하겠습니까? 도리가 없지요.
Please support us, everyone here. Please help us solve this problem. We may hate the crime, but we cannot hate the people. At this point, what can we do about it? But when you're here, please don't just come and interview us and just leave. I want you to do something so that you could help us, so that things are accurately portrayed. What I want is my dignity and honor back.
지발 아베가 마음을 곤치 묻고 하루 빨리 이 해결을 지어주기를 기대하겠습니다.
I sincerely hope that Prime Minister Abe would respond differently to this and help us solve the problem.
뭐 물은 말이 있는 거.
그 나중에
나중에.
끝나고 나서 더 말씀하실 분들이 계세요.
어?
나중에 이게 질문을 하실 분들이 계세요. 그건 나중에 다시 질문을 하실 거예요.
이제는 말할 게 없네.
네,
아,
이제
예,
됐어요.
괜찮습니다. 할머니.
네.
네.
지발 부탁드리겠습니다. 미안합니다.
Thank you very much. Please help us.
Thank you, Ms. Kim. Who's the next speaker? Yes. Okay. Ms. Yoon Mi Hyung.
서울에서 김복동 할머니와 함께 왔습니다. 윤미향입니다.
Hello, my name is Yoon Mi-hang. I came to this place with Miss Kim from Seoul. Nice to meet you.
네, 올해는 세계 역사에서 가장 많은 인적, 물적 피해를 남겼던 2차 세계 대전이 끝난 지 70년이 되는 그런 해입니다.
This year marks the historical time which ended one of the most disastrous incidents in the past, the World War II.
지금 일본 정부가 해야 하는 것은 김복동 할머니가 말씀하신 것처럼 피해자들의 목소리를 듣고 피해자들의 목소리의 요구에 따라서 바로 정책으로 시행하는 것이라고 생각을 합니다.
What Japanese government needs to do now is just as what Ms. Kim spoke just now, is to listen to the voices of the victims and implement it and reflect it on the policy.
바로 그것은 일본군 위안부 제도에 대해서 국가의 책임을 인정하는 것, 그리고 법적인 배상을 실시하는 것, 또 뿐만 아니라 할머니가 말씀하신 것처럼 공식 사죄하는 것이라고 생각을 합니다.
That basically means to give official acknowledgement of the crimes that was done in the past and to do reparation and also to give official sincere apology.
지금 사실은 70년이 지났지만 피해자들이 더군다나 23년 동안 아니 25년 동안 일본 정부를 향해 국제사회를 향해 사실을 인정하고 사죄하고 배상하라고 요구해왔지만 지금 피해자들이 직면해 있는 현실은 사실 부정 앞에 놓여 있습니다.
It's been 70 years since the World War II and 25 years since we've been doing this, and we've been demanding the same thing in the other abroad and here, but the same problem that we face now is still the injustice.
그동안 유엔에서도 또 세계 여러 나라 의회에서도 일본 정부를 향해서 위안부 문제에 대해서 국가의 책임을 인정하고 사죄와 배상해야 된다. 그리고 다시는 이러한 망언으로 피해자들에게 제2, 제3의 가해를 행하지 않도록 역사 교육도 하고 재발 방지 조치에 힘쓰라라고 결의를 채택했습니다.
In the UN as well as many other countries abroad voice the same thing, that this atrocity in the past should not happen again, and then we should work on the education aspect of it so that the same thing does not happen and hurt the victims again and again.
전쟁이 끝난 지 70년이 되는 올해, 그리고 한국도 마찬가지고 또 국제사회가 위안부 문제에 대해서 관심이 고조된 지금이 바로 일본 정부는 위안부 문제를 해결할 수 있는 기회다. 피해자들에게 용서받을 수 있는 기회다. 그렇게 생각을 합니다.
Now, this year, the 70th year since the World War II, and also when the focus of the international audience has been intensified, and this now is the time for Japanese government to adequately deal with this issue.
일본군 위안부 문제는 여러분이 다 이미 인식하고 있듯이 이미 한국과 일본만의 문제도 아니고요. 아시아 태평양 지역과 일본 간의 관계도 넘어서 있습니다. 이것은 보편적인 여성 인권 문제로, 전시 성폭력 문제로 모두가 관심 갖고 해결을 바라고 있는 사항입니다.
As you already know, the issue we are dealing today is not just something that is limited to Korea and Japan. It is an international issue, things that go beyond Asia Pacific. This is an issue that deals with war crime, and the human rights.
지금 여러분들에게 제공된 제12차 아시아연대 회의에서 피해자들과 그리고 지원단체 여성들이 함께 채택한 제언, 일본 정부에게 보내는 권고, 그 권고 내용은 지난 25년 동안 시민사회에서 요구해왔던 그 요구들이 그대로 담겨 있습니다.
The paper you have in front of you right now, the one written from the 12th Asian Solidarity Conference on the issue of military sexual slavery by Japan, talks about reflects the international voice and the demands that we are facing today.
그런데 우리는 이 권고는 단지 위안부 문제 해결에만 적용되는 것은 아니라고 생각을 합니다.
But I believe that the measures and the responsibilities that must be taken is not something that is limited to the issue of comfort women.
여전히 지금 우리가 사는 이 세상에는 나이지리아라든가 콩고, 우간다, 또 중동 아시아 지역에 곳곳에서 계속되고 있는 전쟁, 무력 분쟁 속에서 여성들이 성폭력 피해를 겪고 있습니다.
In the world that we're living in now, we have so many wars here: Nigeria, Congo, Uganda, and we have so many military issues and the war crime issues here and there.
그 여성들에게도 마찬가지로 일본군 위안부 피해자들의 문제가 어떤 식으로 해결되는지, 어떻게 인권이 명예가 회복되는지 그러한 사항은 그 지금을 사는 그 아이들에게도, 그 여성들에게도 희망으로 또 해결을 바라는 그러한 사례로 남겨질 것이라 생각이 듭니다.
The way how we deal with the comfort women issue today is also going to be the issue that affects the way how the sex slave issue that is during the war crime, even in the wars that are taking place right now, and the way how we deal with it will affect how their situation is dealt with.
그래서 올해 2015년에 일본군 위안부 문제가 해결될 수 있도록, 그리고 전시 성폭력 문제의 재발을 방지할 수 있는 작은 출발을 할 수 있도록 일본 정부와 또 일본 사회 그리고 국제 사회가 함께 지원과 연대를 해 주시기를 부탁을 드리고 싶습니다.
Therefore, in 2015, I wish this would be the year where we deal with all the wartime sex crimes, and I hope this would be the first step where Japanese government and the countries abroad take to deal with this issue.
네, 2015년을 넘어서서는 갈등과 어떤 분쟁의 시기가 아니라 평화와 화해의 시기가 될 수 있도록 여러분들의 적극적인 역할을 부탁드립니다. 고맙습니다.
I wish for active engagement for peace and reconciliation after the year 2015, and I really sincerely thank you for all the work and support.
Thank you. Now we have Professor Wada.
Wada Haruki と申します。
Good afternoon. My name is Wada Haruki.
私は日本政府が作った慰安婦問題の解決のために設立されましたアジア女性基金の創立からこれに関わっておりました。最後の専務理事を務めました。
I was involved in the Asian Women's Fund, which was established by the Japanese government as a means towards resolution of the comfort women issue since its beginnings, and I was its last senior director also.
慰安婦問題が提起されて以来25年が経過して、今日まで未解決であるということにつきまして、非常に責任を感じております。
And it is now 25 years since the comfort women issue was raised. However, it is still unresolved, and I feel a responsibility in relation to this.
日本政府は1993年に河野談を出しまして、95年にアジア女性基金を設立し、謝罪と償いの事業を実施しようとしました。
The Japanese government made the Kono Statement in 1993 and established the Asian Women's Fund in 1995 as an attempt to implement undertakings for apology and atonement.
しかし基金の考えは韓国の被害者、韓国と日本の運動体団体から強い批判を受けました。
However, the concept or the way of thinking of the fund came under great criticism from the survivors in Korea and also from civil society groups or their supporters in Korea and Japan.
根本的な問題は国民からの募金で償い金を出すという基金のコンセプトにありました。
And the fundamental problem was the fact that the issue or the funds which are put forward as atonement as part of this came from the citizens' donations, funds from citizens.
政府が責任を取っていない、政府の謝罪は真実のものではないという批判を受けたわけです。
And so this led to criticism that the government was not taking responsibility for this and was not being sincere in its efforts to resolve the issue.
この基本的な基金のコンセプトは、現実的に、責任ある事業を実施することができないものでした。
And so because of this fundamental concept of the fund, it meant that we were not able to, or it was not able to be implemented because of this failure.
そのことを今詳しく説明できませんが、そういうことが明らかになっております。
I won't go into the details of these facts, but this has become clear.
つまり出発点において基金の基本的なコンセプトはある意味で言うと欠陥があることが露呈していたのです。
And so this means that since the beginning or since its very start, this fund was containing very fundamental flaws.
アジア助成金の償いの事業は韓国では60人の被害者が受け取っただけで認定被害者の3分の2は受け入れませんでした。
And the atonement funds or atonement money which was put forward offered by the Asian Women's Fund was accepted only by 60 survivors in Korea, meaning that 2/3 of those registered as survivors in Korea refused this.
したがってアジア助成金の事業は韓国では失敗した未完の完成されていない事業であります。
Thus, in Korea, in the perspective of Korea, the Asian Women's Fund and its undertaken is seen as being a failure, something which was not followed through, which was not accepted.
アジア助成金はもう存在しませんが、日本政府は従いまして、問題の解決のためにさらなる努力をしなければならないという局面です。
The Asian Women's Fund does no longer exist today, and I would like to say that the Japanese government needs to make further efforts for resolution of this issue now.
日本政府に新たな努力をさせるには、被害者が受け入れて、運動団体も受け入れ、両国の国民も支持し、さらに日本政府が実行できるはずの解決案というものがなければなりません。
And in order to encourage or to appeal to the Japanese government to make efforts for resolution in a way that can be implemented, what is necessary is something which can be acceptable to the victims or the survivors themselves, to their support groups or the NGOs which are working on this issue, to the citizens of both countries, and also something which can be implemented by the Japanese government.
先ほどヤンチンジャさんがご説明になったアジア連帯会議の提案というものに接したとき、私はこれがそのような解決案に近いものだというふうに考えました。
And as Ms. Young has mentioned, the recommendations put forward by the Asian Solidarity Conference, which was held last year, when I saw the recommendations which were submitted by this conference, I felt very much, or had the impression that these recommendations are very close to an actual way of resolving this issue.
この提案には法的責任を認めようということは書かれていませんし、犯罪に対する懲罰としての賠償、犯罪責任者の処罰ということも書かれていません。
And the difference within these recommendations which are being put forward is they did not include writing about legal responsibility from the Japanese government. And also in the talk about reparations or compensation, it did not present this as a punitive measure or a way of punishing those responsible.
しかしこれはこの提案の執筆者が出発点の考え方というものを変えたということではなく、被害者の望むところに立ち返って考え直して被害者の求めるものに新しい表現を与えたものだというふうに私は理解しております。
However, the way I perceive these recommendations is not that those who were responsible for gathering them and for writing them, not that they changed their position or what they were calling for as such, but they returned once more to looking at what the survivors really require, what the survivors are really calling for as their acceptable means of resolution, and looking at a new way of expressing these.
謝罪の内容としては4点が含められるべきだとされておりますけれども、最初の2点は軍の慰安書が作られたこと、そして軍の慰安書に集められて、その意に反して慰安婦、性奴隷にされたことを認めようという主張です。
And there are 4 main points which are written in the recommendations. And within this, the first 2 are looking at acknowledging the fact that the Japanese military did establish these places such as comfort women, and acknowledging the fact that there are women who were being kept against their will.
この事実を認めれば、それは法的責任を認めるように要求してきたことの実現になるというふうに執筆者は考えているように見えます。
And my perception of this is looking at the way the people who put these recommendations together were looking at this as a way of the Japanese government recognizing these facts in place of, or looking at this as a kind of legal way of taking responsibility.
アジア女性基金でも慰安婦の定義として、かつての戦争の時代に一定期間日本軍の慰安婦等に集められ、将兵に性的な奉仕を強いられた女性たちであるという定義を用いておりました。
Within the Asian Women's Fund, also in regards to the definition of comfort women, we said that those so-called wartime comfort women were those who were taken to former Japanese military installations, such as comfort stations, for a certain period during wartime in the past and forced to provide sexual services to officers and soldiers.
したがって日本の政府がこの要求を認めることが十分にできるはずのものです。
And so therefore, looking at this definition, which was already included in the Asian Women's Fund, I believe that it should be possible for the Japanese government to accept what is being called for in these recommendations.
要するに河野談話から出発して、さらに一歩努力すれば日本政府は当然にこの要求を認めることができると、そういうはずではないかということでこの要求が出されていると私は思います。
And so I believe if we take the Kono statement as the beginning and look at taking one step going forward from this and making an effort for resolution, I believe that it should not be impossible. It should be possible for these recommendations to actually be implemented.
謝罪の印として被害者に賠償することということが要求されておりますが、これは謝罪の印として政府が国家資金から被害者に金銭的な支払いをすることという意味だというふうに理解できます。
And within this, it does include a call for compensation or reparations as a sign of this apology being sincere. And I believe that this is referring to the fact that the government should be making this from state funds.
というわけで、慰安婦問題の解決案というものが存在するというふうに私には見えます。
Therefore, it seems to me that there is a way of resolving the comfort women issue.
したがって、パク大統領が安倍首相と会って、一緒に河野談話を守るというのであれば、一緒に慰安婦問題を解決しましょうと呼びかけて、安倍首相がやりましょう、考えますというふうに答えれば、新しい事態が展開します。
And looking at this as a concrete way of resolving this, I believe that if, for example, there would be an opportunity for Korea's President Park to meet with Japanese Prime Minister Abe, and if President Park were to say, well, if we're beginning or we're looking at protecting or maintaining the Kono statement, then well, let's see what we can do together to resolve this issue. And if Prime Minister Abe were to say, well, okay, I will think about this even, then that would take us to a completely new era in this issue.
日韓関係の改善のために努力すべき日本国首相としては、安倍首相はそのように答えなければならないと思います。
And I believe that the Prime Minister of Japan, who should be responsible for improving relationships between the two countries of Japan and Korea, should make such a reply in that case.
そうなれば、このアジア連帯会議の提案を基礎にして、解決案を両国の国民が押し出していき、安倍首相とパク大統領がそれを実行するということになると私は思います。
And if this could be done, then taking these recommendations which were put forward by last year's Asian Solidarity Conference and through consultation or working together with the citizens of both countries, action should be taken by Prime Minister Abe and President Park to resolve this issue. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We have half an hour, so I'd like to quickly go into questions. Joel, please.
Good afternoon. Joël Lejean from RTL France. Good afternoon. My question is for Mrs. Kim. Often here we heard testimonies of people in politics saying that the army, the Japanese Imperial Army, was not involved in this issue. The Japan Army was not involved. So when you say that when you were 14, a Japanese man in yellow clothes visited your house, was this man a civilian or a military? What was his nationality? He's a Japanese, really? And second question, when you were under, when you were in those comfort stations, so-called, do you feel you were under the authority of militaries or other people? Who controlled exactly those comfort stations? Japan Army or civilians? And which nations? Thank you.
네, 할머니 이거 질문입니다. 그 두 가지 질문을 하셨어요. 첫 번째 질문은 일본 정부가 국가가 한 게 아니었다고 했었어요. 그쵸, 할머니? 그러면은 할머니가 14살 때 그때 노란색 옷을 입은 사람이 왔다고 하셨잖아요. 노란색 양복을 입은 사람이 노란색 옷을 입은 사람이 왔다고 하셨잖아요. 14살 때 할머니 집에 계실 때 오셨다고 하셨잖아요. 그런데 그분이 일본 분이셨는지, 그 다음에 그분이 어떤 일을 하는 사람이었는지 그게 궁금합니다.
어떤 일을 하는지도 모르지. 군복인데 계급 없는 군복을 입고 왔더라고요. 그런데 한국말로 좀 할 줄 알더라고.
Well,
그런데 우리 안에 반장하고 경찰 승정하고 서희가 와가지고 공갈을 치더라고.
so 3 people came: the police, some town person, as well as some Japanese person. But that person was wearing this clothes, army uniform. However, it didn't show any rank in the clothes. 네, 할머니 두 번째 질문은 그 위안소에 가셨잖아요. 그때 가셨을 때 할머니한테 이게 군사들이 할머니한테 이거 하세요라고 한 건지 아니면은 민간인이 시킨 거였는지 누가 시켰었던 것 같아요, 할머니가 생각하시기에?
거기는 민간인이 올 수가 없어. 민간인이라고 없고 그 계급 없는 군복 입고 온 그 사람이 동sol해가 와가지고 갔는데 육군 본부로 배치가 돼서 우리가 그랬는데 하여튼 그 사람의 관리를 해가지고 하는 때문에 우리는 아무 말도 할 줄 모르지. 그래 그 사람 하는 대로 지시대로 따라갈 수밖에 없었다고.
So to your second question, she said that ordinary civilian cannot enter. Therefore, it was an army base, and everyone involved in the military. We could not speak the language, so we just did what we were told to do.
Do you want to add anything? Yes.
네, 今の金木トンさんのお話、
Yes, okay.
一言だけ付け加えますと、階級章のない軍服を着ていたというふうにおっしゃったと思います。でそれは当時、なんて言うんでしょう、人民服何服でしたっけ、軍装、国防服ですね。国防服を着ていれば朝鮮の子どもたちには皆軍服のように見えたと思います。で私は具体的に聞いたところによりますと、そこの現地に行ってみて分かったところではその男の人は軍属だったというふうに、後におっしゃっていました。
So just to add one further comment to Ms. Kim's testimony there as well. We heard that one of the people who came to her village at the time she was taken away was wearing what seemed to be a military uniform but with no rank on the uniform. This was at the time what could have been, for example, a National Guard uniform, so which for children in Korea at the time it was seen as, could be seen as a military uniform. So this was in regards to what she was wearing. He was wearing. However, later on, the place that she was taken to, it became clear there that he was attached to the military. And so in her testimony or the conversations that I've had with her in the past, she has said clearly that once he took her to the place, then she saw clearly that he was attached directly to the military.
Okay, we have to take regular members, please. So can you wait a minute? Yes. Yes, thank you. Yeah. Are you? Yes, thanks. Yes, yes.
Elaine Lees, Reuters News Agency. You say you want Abe, Prime Minister Abe, to recognize, acknowledge what was done. When do you want to see him do it? He is going to Washington next week. He will be speaking in front of the United Houses of Congress in the United States. Do you see this as one of the best opportunities, and do you want him to admit this in front of the U.S. Congress? Thank you.
Can anyone answer, or would you like a particular speaker? Yes. Ms. Kim.
네, 할머니 지금 아베 총리가 이걸 하면 좋겠다고 말씀하셨잖아요, 할머님이. 그러면은 언제 인정하는 게 가장 좋을 것 같습니까, 할머니? 지금 다음 주에 아베 총리가 그거 미국에 가서 이제 미국 의회에서 이제 연설을 하실 거예요. 그때가 가장 좋은 그 말을 할 좋은 때라고 생각하시나요, 할머니는?
아베가 이제 그거 가서 무슨 말을 할지 모르지. 어떻게 말을 우리들을 말로 할지 그 속을 모르잖아. 그렇게 이어서 어떻게 말을 할 수가 있어.
How could I know what Prime Minister Abe is going to say next week? And then I would not know what's going on inside him.
그러니까 할머니 아베 총리가 미국 의회에서 연설을 하잖아요. 그때 연설을 할 때 지금 할머니가 요구한 것처럼 인정하고 사죄하고 그렇게 그 국가의 책임을 그러니까 우리가 잘못했다라고 인정하는 것 그렇게 말하는 게 절호의 기회일 거라고 생각을 하는데 할머니도 그렇게 생각하느냐?
그래, 그렇게 생각하지.
그러니까 그거를 쫙 풀어서 할머니 얘기를 하시면 될 것 같아요.
그러니까 그 장소에 가가지고 자기 잘못을 뉘우치고 그래 그대로 말로 해주면은 해주도록 기다리는 게지. 거기 가서 자기가 잘못을 했다 인정한다 이렇게 말을 하도록 바라는 거 우리들은 바라는 기라.
Well, yes, I believe that he should go there and then provide. He should acknowledge the wrongs that were committed in the past, and then deal with the issue, and then say all the wrongs that they've done, and apologize for it.
Thank you. Yes, Daniel.
I am Daniel Eskenazi, a freelance journalist from Switzerland. Can you tell us, after all the tragedy you experienced, how did you live with that? How did you suffer from what happened when you were a child?
할머니 이제 힘든 걸 다 겪고 나서 이제 어떤 마음으로 살으셨어요, 할머니는? 그 이후로
말할 수가 없지요. 이때까지 나이 어린 그 사랑이라고 모르고 지금 나이가 90이 다 되도록 살아도 사랑이라고 하는 거는 모르고 어릴 때 끌려가기 전에 심리 밖에도 나가보지도 않은 농부의 딸로서 끌려가서 일평생을 희생을 시켜놨어. 그 마음이야 좋을 리가 있겠습니까? 항상 약을 가지고 지금 살아나가요. 살아나가고 결론은 해봐서나 애가 안 돼요. 그렇게 애가 될 수 있습니까? 이러니 지금은 이 하늘 아래 엄마라고 불러줄 사람 하나 없이 젊을 때는 그래도 이리저리 살았는데 늙고 병드니까 자식 없지 혼자서는 살 수가 없어. 더군다나 신경으로 해서 눈이 지금 안 보입니다. 한쪽 눈은 완전히 실명대피고 한쪽 눈 가지고 요새도 치료를 하고 다니는데 근거히 이래 사람이 쳐서 듣고 안 되면 못 되는 정도로서 이렇게 지금 신경이 예민해져가 있는데 한이 맺혀서 지금 죽지를 못하고 있습니다. 어찌됐든 항복을 받아내야 이 법적으로 매일을 우리가 자유로 갔다 하는 거 그거를 매일을 회복시켜달라.
네.
지금 문제는 그거라요.
How could I express all the sufferings and difficulties I went through? I cannot find words to describe how I feel. I don't know what love is. I'm almost 90. I don't know what love is. I was dragged when I was a girl. And I was married, but I couldn't have a baby. How could I have a baby? And every day I rely on the medicine so that I could survive. And because in this world, there's nobody who could call me a mother. When I was young, yes, I could make my living. I could earn money. I could do things. But now I cannot live alone. My eyes failing me now. One of my eyes blind and I cannot see. And the other eye, I'm getting treated every day. But I cannot die yet. There are things I need to do. And I need an official apology. I want my dignity and honor.
Yes, are you foreign correspondent? Yeah, please come over.
Hi, thank you. Andy Klein, WCN-TV.com. My question's for Ms. Kim. We hear a lot on the right that the comfort women were not coerced into this and were in fact actually handsomely paid. So I was wondering, in fact, some of them say that they were paid more than the Japanese soldiers. So I was wondering if she could comment on that. And one last thing about the Comfort Women Memorials in Glendale, California, and New Jersey. Some say that they incite intolerance and racism towards Japanese. Could she please comment on that? And what is her idea that these memorials actually provide? What service do they provide? Thank you.
네, 할머니 두 가지 질문이 있었습니다. 첫 번째 질문은 사람들이 위안부가 강제적으로 한 게 아니었다고 합니다, 할머니. 그러면 어떤 사람들은 위안부들이 돈을 적은 돈도 아니라 많이 받았다고 합니다. 어떤 사람들은 일본 군인보다도 돈을 더 받은 적이 있는데 이게 사실인지요, 할머니? To the first question.
세상에 돈이라고 그 가서 한 푼 구경을 못 했습니다.
I've never seen money when I went there. Never seen.
하여튼 지금이나 옛날이나 장사꾼도 있었겠죠. 일본도 있었을 거고 한국에도 있었을 거고 식민지 시대니까. 그러나 우리들은 구체적으로 틀린다고요. 대신 따위라고 안 가면 고향에서 못 살고 살림 전부 다 앞서 해피고 다른 나라로 추방시킨다는데 공장 이렇게 해서 안 죽으려고 선바들 죽겠나 싶어 간 것이 공장이 아니고 엉뚱한데 갔으니 나가도 뒤가도 못하고 다른 나도 못하고 어떻게 합니까? 곱사시 당하고 말지.
돈은 안 받으시죠?
돈이 어디 있노? 돈은 한 푼도 구경도 못 했는데.
In the past and even now, I'm sure there are people who want money and those who want money even now. But our case is fundamentally different. It was called Taeshintai, where we thought we were going to the factory to earn money, but when we actually reached there, it was a completely different place.
먹고 입고 하는 거는 우리 돈이 없으니까 자기네들이 인원수가 많으니까 한 30명에 있었는데 어디서 옷을 한 보따리 갖다 준다고 갖다 줘서 풀어 나누면 그것을 맞는 거로 줘서 갈아입으라 한다고 그래 하고 먹는 거는 부대에서 그 배급 타가 와가지고 먹이 주니까 먹는 건 돈 안 들지 돈이라고 한번 구경을 못 해봤으니까 내가 어떻게 해?
So there was no chance for me to actually see the money because, firstly, food was provided by the military. Secondly, the clothes was provided as well. There were around 30 of us, and then once in a while they used to give us a whole bunch of clothes. That's when we got to see the clothes, so that we wouldn't actually need the money. So the second question, 할머니 미국 뉴저지라는 곳에 이제 그 위안부를 추모하는 기념관이 있어요, 할머니. 근데 거기서 어떤 사람들은 일본에 대해서 굉장히 좀 나쁘게 하는 약간 좀 차별하는 그런 것들이 있었다고 해요. 추모관에서요. 추모비에서. 그러면 할머니는 이거에 대해서 어떻게 생각하시는지, 그 다음에 할머니가 생각하시는 위안부 추모비의 역할은 하는 일은 어떤 거라고 생각하시나요? 그러니까 위안부 추모비가 뭘 했으면 좋겠어요?
할머니 미국 뉴저지에 기린비 추모비가 세워졌잖아요. 뉴저지에 그리고 캘리포니아 그 LA에도 평화비가 세워졌잖아요. 근데 그 평화비나 기린비를 통해서 일본 사람들을 이렇게 인권을 학대하거나 인권을 그러니까 나쁘게 차별하거나 하는 내용으로 비가 세워졌다라고 말하는 사람들이 있대요. 그러니까 그래서 할머니가 생각하는 그 추모비나 평화비는 어떠한 역할을 하기를 바라느냐, 어떠한 역할을 했으면 좋겠느냐 하는 얘기를 묻는 거예요.
그것은 역사에 우리들이가 결국 낭만 놓는 우리들이 죽고 없어도 말하자면 그 기념비가 있잖아. 과거에 한국에서 이러한 일이 있었다는 거 표시하기 위해서 시해놓은 건데 역사로 나는 생각한다고. 앞으로 자라나는 소년들에게도 그 과거에 일본이 조선 여자들을 이렇게 해서 어릴 때 이렇게 끌고 갔다. 그게 역사의 난국이기 위해서 나는 쉬었다고 생각해요.
To your second question, I believe the answer is history. I believe that the reason for having the memorial and all that is to remember what happened in the past, and so that the purpose or the aim of that memorial would be to tell the children or show the children what happened in the past in Japan and in Korea. So I think of it as a reflection of history or what happened, one way to express it.
Yeah, okay, the German correspondent. Yes.
Hi, this is Andy Sharp from Bloomberg. This is a question to Ms. Kim. I was wondering what message you had to the historical revisionists in Japan who deny any government or military involvement in recruiting sex slaves.
할머니가 일본의 지금 어떤 곳에든 그 역사에서 이러이러한 일이 일어나지 않았다라고 하는 사람들이 있잖아요, 할머니. 예를 들어 뭐 군대나 이런 위안부나 이런 문제들이 없었다라고 일어나지 않았다라고 하는 사람들이 있잖아요, 할머니. 그러면은 할머니는 그런 사람들한테 어떤 말씀을 하고 싶으세요?
그것은 우리가 그 사람을 어떻게 생각하겠어? 응? 그 사람 마음인데 어떻게 우리가 어떻게 하라고 어떻게 말을 하나?
Well, if they think like that, what can we say, right? What should we say about this? If that's what they think about it, what do you want me to do about it?
증인이 이래 살아 있는데 본 증인이 살아 있는데도 아베가 증거가 없다. 살아 있는데도 살아 있는 증거가 있는데도 증거가 없다고 그 망언을 하는데 누가 어떻게 그 생각을 하겠습니까?
I'm alive. Well, Prime Minister Abe says that there's no evidence of some sort, but evidence is here. I am the evidence. I'm alive, and to say that doesn't exist is absurd. And what could we say about that? Such things when you're denying like that.
Peter, yes.
Langan, also Bloomberg News. This is to Professor Wada. You mentioned the Kono statement and that you believe the proposals that this group has or can be reached. There's a few steps, I think you said, of where they could actually reach some form of an agreement. But could you characterize in your role as the former head of the fund and any of the talks you've had with Japan's government, what is at the core of the opposition to resolving this? Is it a denial that the organized sexual slavery took place, or is it a fear that admitting this would just open a floodgates of claims from forced laborers and various other people from the Second World War? If you could just try and characterize what's the fundamental sticking point. Thank you.
政府は日韓条約の際の請求権協定が代表的なものですが、そういう協定によって請求権に関する問題はもうすでに解決していると、そういうふうにある意味で言うと過去に対して蓋をしてきた状況がありました。しかしそういう中で慰安婦問題について1990年に問題が提起したときに、そのように言ってはおれないというふうに感じて行動を取ったわけです。
In respect to the Japanese government, in regards to the fundamental or the main representative point, which is at the core of its looking at claims for what happened during the war and so on, lies in the Japan-Korea Treaty, the peace treaty which was made. And this says that all past claims have been resolved according to this treaty. And so this is part of the reason which has meant that the Japanese government has perhaps kept a lid on the past in this way. However, in regards to the comfort issue in 1990 or around that time when it began to come out, I suppose that I feel that the Japanese government at that time saw that this was maybe an issue which did have to be acknowledged or dealt with in some way.
したがって慰安婦問題に取り組んで、そしてそこからなおしかし実質的には未解決になっている問題にさらに広げて問題を見直していこうというふうに進むのか、それとももうこれだけだということになるのかというそういう争いがあったと思いますね。それで現状で言えばもうこれだけだというふうに政府は動いてきたということでしょう。でそれではダメだという意見があると、こういうことではないかと思います。
And so I believe that while there was some undertakings made in order to deal or to address the comfort women issue, of course we see that now this is still not yet being resolved. I believe that there was probably a debate or a sort of a struggle with different opinions within the government whether we should revisit this and try to find a way to resolve it because this has not worked until now, or just to leave it as is and not make any further efforts from there as well. The result, of course, we have seen that the government did stop and there has been no further efforts made in regards to this. However, the issue now is whether this will be stopped from there or this is the situation that we are faced with now, I believe.
以上です。
Is that okay with Peter? Yeah. Okay. I think we have another card because yeah, you're not a regular member, right? You're not a foreign correspondent. Yes, but he's also a journalist. So I'll give the last question here.
国民新聞元論説員、現在フリーランスでサピオ、スパ、夕刊フジ等に書いております藤田と申します。私の見解はこのアペンディクスの11、13に入ってますので同志が書いてますので、ちょっとさらに新しい質問をしたいと思うんですが、ヤン・チャンジャさん、はいそこに1945年と出てますが、日本はですね敗戦を迎えました。日本軍の慰安婦制度もそれで終焉したわけですが、朝鮮戦争ではですねこの慰安婦制度は続きました。韓国国防部はですね連合国軍の感謝の意を表すために、あるいは士気を高めるために慰安婦制度を提供したと。ですからこれを国連軍、アメリカ軍、韓国軍が継承してその恩恵を被ったということになりますが、同様にアメリカあるいは韓国政府、国連に対しても日本と同じような責任追及をなされるおつもりでしょうか。
Hello, my name is Fujita. I am a freelancer and I have a question for Ms. Yang Chinja. You mentioned about the time between 1945 and 1947. However, of course, the war ended in 1945. However, if we look at the situation of the Korean War, there was also a similar comfort women system during the Korean War. And we can see where Korean soldiers or also United Nations forces and the United States were also involved in this and continued this in a way. I would like to ask if you have actions to call upon the United Nations, the Korean and also the United States government in the same way as you're calling on the Japanese government.
先ほどユン・ミヒャン代表の説明にあったように、私たちの運動は日本軍慰安婦問題だけではなく、戦時下性暴力の被害に遭った女性たちの問題はすべからく犯罪であって、すべて責任追及をしなければ女性に対する暴力を根絶することができないという考えで行われています。
As Ms. Yoon Mi-hyun has mentioned as well, our movement is not only looking at the issue of the former Japanese military comfort women or sexual slaves, but we are looking at the issue of all sexual violence under conflict, under wartime as well. So looking at all of this as crimes and all issues which responsibility should be taken for. And without doing this, we will not be able to really get rid of violence against women in its core as well. So I would like to emphasize that our movement is calling for this all sexual violence against women or all sexual violence during conflict rather than this specific Japanese issue.
ですからここにいらっしゃるキム・ボクトンさんは、ここにいらっしゃるユン・ミヒャンさんが代表している、停滞郷ではナビ基金、このバタフライ基金というのを作って、韓国軍ベトナム戦争時に韓国軍の性暴力の被害に遭った女性たちに毎月支援金を送るという活動をしながら、韓国政府に対しても韓国政府に対してこの女性たちに対する犯罪を認めてきちんと責任を取らなくてはいけない、謝罪をして責任ある措置を取らなくてはいけないということも韓国政府に対して要求する運動も同時に行っています。
And in regards to the activities of Ms. Yoon's organization, the Korean Council, they have also established what is called the Nabi Kikin or the Butterfly Fund, which is looking at the issue of sexual violence against local women or against women during the Vietnam War by Korean soldiers. So they are sending monthly support or donations to women who were victimized as during the Vietnam War. They are also calling on the Korean government in a similar way to recognize the facts of what happened, the crimes which occurred, to take responsibility, to make an apology, and also implement measures to reconcile or to address this issue as well. So their organization is also not only focused on the Japanese issue, but looking at bringing responsibility to the Korean government at the same time.
ただそのような国家犯罪のを責任追及するときの重要な問題の一つとして、当事者が要求をする、当事者が被害回復をその加害国に対して要求するということがないと、具体的にはその当事国、加害国と言われる国も責任の果たしようがない部分があります。で、この日本軍慰安婦問題に関しては責任を取れる国は日本だけなんです。ですからキム・ボットンさんは日本国に対して責任を追及し、自らの被害を回復してほしいというふうに訴えています。今おっしゃった、韓国のその朝鮮戦争の時に韓国軍が創設したとされている、慰安婦に関してはあまりまだ多くのことは分かっていません。その多くのことが分かっていない原因は被害者がまだ一人も名乗り出ていないからです。ですからこの被害者が具体的に名乗り出て韓国政府なりアメリカ政府なりに被害回復要求をするとしたら、私たちは当然それは支援します。先ほど一番最初に言ったように、私たちは戦時下性暴力の被害者の権利回復を支援し、それを達成することによって二度とこのようなことがないような世界を作りたい。それが私たちの運動だからです。残念ではないですが、今のところまだそのような被害者が具体的に名乗り出て自らの被害回復要求運動をしていないので、具体的な支援運動はできていないということです。
And to translate this question first, in regards to the issue, of course, where it is state crimes or crimes perpetrated by the state, it's also necessary to have survivors who themselves speak out and call on the countries involved in the preparation to deal with this, to address this issue. Otherwise, without this, it is in a way, it could be said, it's impossible for the perpetrators to take full responsibility of this if there is not the victim there to be reprised or atonement and so on as well. In the case of the Japanese comfort women situation, of course, it is only the Japanese government which can take responsibility for this. And this is why Ms. Kim Bok-dong is calling on the Japanese government, the Japanese Prime Minister, to take action and to resolve this issue. In regards to the Korean War case, which you mentioned as well, there is not yet much known about this kind of information, that there was perhaps a similar comfort systems under the Korean government at that time. And there is at the moment also no survivors or victims who have themselves come out and either spoke about what happened to them or called for resolution of this issue. Of course, if they do, if somebody does come out and speak about what happened to them and call on the Korean or the United States government, our movement will support them and will work with them in their efforts as well. But of course, as I mentioned, we are working for the rights and to get rid of all sexual violence under conflict, under war as well, and to ensure that we can create a world where this such thing can never happen again. And so, as we mentioned, it's very important to, if we do have survivors or victims who come up themselves and speak out, then we will stand with them and we will take action together with them. But however, at this stage, this is not the case in respect to the Korean War.
Thank you very much. It's 5 o'clock, and I'm sure everybody's tired. Miss Kim particularly, she's been working since yesterday. So I thank you very much for coming, and I thank everybody else.